Welcome back to Structures Unchained, your weekly deep dive into the world's most ambitious mega projects. The city of Los Angeles has over 23,000 lane miles of road, more than any other city in America, and most of it is being held together by deferred maintenance and denial. Here's what makes that insane. Los Angeles is not a broke city. The 2028 Olympics are 2 years away, and the city is spending like it. Right now, there are $50 billion worth of active construction projects running simultaneously across this metro. So why are residents still tripping over the same broken sidewalks they reported 15 years ago? Let's start where nobody's looking, underground. The most dangerous problem in Los Angeles isn't visible from the street, it's underneath it. 1/5 of the city's water pipes were installed before 1931, before the Golden Gate Bridge existed, before the United States entered World War II. These are 95-year-old pipes still carrying water to millions of people every single day. And they're responsible for close to half of all water main leaks in the city. Replacing them is a billion-dollar problem, and the city has been kicking it down the road for decades. Now here's the contrast. While those pipes quietly corrode beneath the streets, LA just broke ground on a $2.6 billion convention center expansion, a venue that will host fencing and judo for 3 weeks in 2028. The federal government just approved $1 billion for Olympic security and planning. $1 billion for 3 weeks of judo. Not one emergency dollar for pipes that are 95 years old. And in the next fiscal year's budget, there is no dedicated line item to fix them. The pipes will still be there after the closing ceremony, but at least the pipes are invisible. What's happening to LA's streets, everyone can see. Above ground, the damage is impossible to miss, which makes it even harder to explain why nothing has been done about it. After heavy rains in late 2023, water seeped through cracks in asphalt across the city, collapsing the foundation underneath. Potholes multiplied faster than crews could fill them. Residents in neighborhoods like Reseda report the same intersections flooding every single year. The same buckled sidewalks, cracked open by tree roots, sitting unrepaired for 15 years. This isn't just inconvenient, it's expensive. The city's legal tab from infrastructure accidents alone runs over $100 million a year. That's not a rounding error. That's the cost of choosing lawsuits over repairs. Meanwhile, the $9 billion Purple Line subway is boring beneath Wilshire Boulevard toward Beverly Hills and Century City, tunneling under some of the most expensive real estate on Earth to build stations that serve Olympic venues and luxury corridors. The math is not complicated. A $9 billion subway for Beverly Hills, $100 million a year in lawsuits because South LA's sidewalks haven't been fixed since the Bush administration. And here's what makes it worse. The one thing that was supposed to get people off those broken streets, the transit system, has a problem of its own. LA Metro has been celebrated as the fastest expanding transit system in the United States. That makes what happened next harder to explain. Crime on the system surged in the post-pandemic years and never came back down. In May 2024 alone, a rider was shot. A security officer was stabbed in East Hollywood. A bus fight spilled out onto the street. Metro says crime is trending down in 2026. The riders who stopped coming in 2024 haven't gotten the memo. An independent research institute recently called the system a failure. Not because the trains don't run, because people don't feel safe riding them. 3 new underground stations just opened downtown. The Purple Line is pushing west. The LAX connector is nearly done. 28 major transit projects racing toward an Olympic deadline. LA Metro spent billions expanding the system in 2024. But even with a dedicated security budget, a rider was still shot on a Tuesday afternoon in East Hollywood. As of late 2025, after 2 straight years of growth, after billions in expansion, Metro Rail ridership still sits at 70% of where it was before the pandemic. They kept building. The riders are still missing. You can build the most beautiful subway system in the world. If it's not safe, ridership stays low. The fare box doesn't cover costs, and the billion-dollar investment becomes a monument the city can't afford to maintain. And the agency's response has been more expansion, not more answers. But if the transit failure is frustrating, wait until you hear what LA did with its stormwater money. In 2018, LA voters did something rare. They taxed themselves to fix a problem, and it still wasn't enough. The ballot measure was called Measure W. It would generate $5.6 billion over 20 years for stormwater quality improvements. Voters approved it. Politicians celebrated it. The city called it a landmark environmental investment. There's just one problem. The actual cost of fixing LA's stormwater infrastructure is estimated at $24 billion. That's an $18 billion gap between what voters were told would fix the problem and what it actually costs. Here's what that gap looks like in real life. Every time it rains hard in Los Angeles, and it does rain, streets flood, hillsides slide, and runoff carrying oil, trash, and bacteria pours directly into the ocean. This isn't a future problem. It happened last winter, and the winter before that. And it will happen again this winter, while the city's drainage infrastructure, most of it over 50 years old, quietly continues to fail. Meanwhile, LA is channeling billions into the $5.5 billion LAX overhaul, a new people mover, a consolidated rental car facility, enough transit infrastructure to move the Olympics, a stunning piece of engineering. Designed so visitors land smoothly, grab their rental car, and don't sit in traffic on the way to SoFi Stadium. The stormwater infrastructure those same visitors will never see, still crumbling, still underfunded by $18 billion, still waiting. 4 problems, billions available, all of it pointed in the wrong direction. The Olympics didn't create this construction boom. The subway extensions, the airport overhaul, the convention center, these were planned before 2028 entered the picture. But the games gave them something they couldn't get on their own: a hard deadline, political urgency, and billions in federal funding that suddenly materialized when the world was watching. The Olympics gave LA a deadline. It just wasn't a deadline for the people who actually live here. No one fast-tracked the 95-year-old water pipes on a 2028 timeline. No one unlocked emergency funding to fix South LA's streets before the torch is lit. The stormwater gap is still $18 billion deep. Metro Rail is still 30% below pre-pandemic ridership. And the city controller is warning that Los Angeles is at the brink of needing to officially declare a fiscal emergency. Every ribbon cutting between now and July 2028 will be beautiful. The subway stations will be gleaming. The airport will be seamless. The world will arrive. Look around and think, this city has it figured out. Then the cameras leave, and the intersection in Reseda will flood again. Infrastructure is not just what you build for guests. It's what you maintain for the people who never left. And right now, Los Angeles is failing that test in ways that are invisible from the Olympic torch, but painfully visible from the sidewalk. Will any of this have actually changed anything for the people who live here? Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.